Well, hello everybody. Welcome to your game day build-up. We are up and away, and it is championship time again. Championship is back. 3 points matter. What's going to happen? Home to Norwich. Paddy, we are up and away. How are you, mate?
Looking forward to this one. Back to the league.
Back to the league. Yes, back to the league. Can we get 3 points tonight? I think so.
Yeah.
Do you think?
Yeah, if we're going to be pushing for playoffs, and that's what everybody's hoping to do, this is one of those matches that show intent. We should be able to beat the lower league teams.
I want to win the league. I want to win the league, Paddy. Come on. Win the league. Anyway, that's a whole nother kettle of fish, or whatever you want to say it. What I did notice is I've used our usual lower volume intro. Have to get onto our production manager Aaron for a game day build-up intro now. You know, it's like we're the low man on the totem pole game day build-up. But anyway, that's okay. That's okay.
Yeah, we'll get it.
Everybody out there in the chat's excited. Do we want to get straight into what do we want to do? Do we want to, looking good for 1 a.m. date? Yeah, well, it's midnight for me, 1 a.m. for down south. But yeah, I've literally just gotten out of bed and looking good. Well, I'm just how I look. I can't do anything about it, whether it's good, bad, indifferent. Can't do anything about it. But I'll tell you what, we already had the game yesterday. Middlesbrough. Talk about, I watched that game. Did you watch it?
I did, yeah.
Middlesbrough were the better team, but talk about get out of jail. West Brom got it back to 2-2, and then Middlesbrough went and scored in the 90th minute. I wanted a draw, and I didn't get it. I was filthy.
And more proof, if you need it, that soaking up pressure and sitting deep does not work.
Yeah.
Not in the championship.
Look, Middlesbrough deserved to win the game, to be fair. I tipped a draw, but I wanted, and it would have been great for, in my opinion, what I wanted to happen in the league for us to start to catch some of these teams above us. But so be it. Congratulations to Middlesbrough. You got your 3 points. So I'll move on to the next games. It's up and happening. At the moment, we've got 3 games live at the moment, Paddy.
Yeah, I have the results up in front of me.
Coventry Leicester in the 75th minute.
In a draw. That'll do.
1-1. Ipswich Blackburn.
Expected.
Ipswich is up 2-0. Doesn't surprise me. Yep.
Yeah, and you shouldn't be losing to Blackburn.
Watford Millwall. See, there's another game that matters for us, a game ahead of us.
Yeah. And that wouldn't be too bad as any draw either.
Yep, 70th minute. So lots still happening in the league while we're getting ready to play. And talking about us getting ready to play, Paddy, what do we want to do? Do you want to start with Norwich or Wrexham? Who do you want to start with?
Do you know what? Just to delay it for 2 seconds, pull up Norwich because we're not going to sit on it very long.
Yep. I'll tell you what I love, Paddy, is I do love the layout of this different look to what we see in ours with the player with these. I like that.
I'm not a fan. The one part I do like is the layout of the names, showing their formation. I think that's fun. But yeah. Otherwise, too much of it is taken by the player, and it's about putting out the names of the team. So, not a big fan of the styling for me.
Fair enough. Yep. But look, Kovacevic in goal. What is it? Fisher, McConville, Cordoba, Christine.
Yeah, Madison, McLean, Jurassic, Sliman, Ahmed, and Makama. So obviously now we all knew it was going to happen. It had been called out by the manager, but they are having trouble with their star player, and he's on the way out the door. So he is not playing today as expected. Not on the bench either.
No Josh Sargent. Well, but I'll tell you what, they're not really missing anything with Makama up front though. He's been playing very well. Great. Been going great guns up front for them as a striker. So, we shouldn't just think just because that Sargent's not playing that they're not going to be good.
No, he hasn't been playing amazing lately, and they have had players step up. But in the grand scheme of things, they're still not getting amazing results all the time. They're a decent team and they can pull off a win, so not to be dismissed offhand. but we have the advantages at home. We are on a very good run. Now, we have had, obviously, the FA Cup in between, but we have done well in that too. Obviously, we took out the win. So we're on a big run and want to keep it going.
Yeah. And then was it Martin Tid 30? So Sargent playing? No, that's what we're saying, Martin. He's not playing today. He's not on the bench. He was more likely to be playing for Wrexham than he was to be playing for Norwich today, the way the manager was speaking. Yeah. But so there's their lineup. Well, why don't we? I mean, look, we're itching to know, and I've got some interesting stuff to talk about, Paddy, with our lineup. What do you think of our lineup?
Pretty good, as expected, I think. Within reason. There's a couple of points to discuss, obviously, but nothing shocking or crazy surprising.
Well, Okonkwo at the back, Clearworth, Hyam, and Doyle in defence. Nothing surprising there.
Yeah, very standard.
Yeah, with Max with his new contract, congratulations to him.
Yeah,
and I really want to thank Josh for getting that deal across the line.
2-year extension.
Yep. Thank you, Josh, for doing that. Then this is where it starts to get interesting. So Dobson and Sheaf in the middle, which is good. So no Matty James in the middle.
He had back issues. So
sorry,
James was having back issues. He was seeing a specialist to check it out, but he is on the bench, so he can play limited minutes. So that's not too bad.
No, and Kabore and Thomason on the wings.
Yeah, so Kabore obviously played a few minutes in his AFCON match just before he came home. So I would have expected that he would have had time to get back to a reasonable match fitness. He may not be perfect, but I was hoping he would have the ability to start. And whether he does or whether we just don't have amazing choices, Longman is apparently out with injury and he's not on the bench. So that rumor that was floating around, we're assuming is good, which leaves Barnett as his backup on the right-hand side. And Parky obviously prefers Kabore, even if he's not at absolute full strength over starting Barnett.
Yep. And then Windass, Broadhead, and Smith up front.
Windass and Broadhead, pretty standard. They're both fit and ready to go, so they're in. And then whether it was going to be Smith or Moore who was going to get the nod today, apparently that was a little bit up in the air. People weren't sure. But yeah, Moore getting a little bit more time to rest.
Yeah, and well, and Nick Donlan said it here. If you think about it, he's resting more on Kikache for Tuesday. We're putting Kabore in today to bed him in, which is a fair enough comment because obviously, just think about this game. We got Leicester on Tuesday.
We have multiple matches coming up, so it's not a problem doing this. I said it on our Discord. I was a little bit surprised that Kikache can't start today.
Yeah, me too.
So I don't know what's going on there. I would have expected Kikache to be taking the number one back, because surely you can do it the other way around and you can take him off at 60 minutes. You can put Thomason on a little bit earlier, but maybe he's really happy with Thomason and the work he's been doing. So there's no rush to put Kikache back in. But if you consider Kabore is back starting, I would have expected Kikache back. So that's a worry for me on the long term, how slow he is to come back after injuries.
Yep, no, that's fair. All interesting topics because, and I like the fact that you can sort of think about it in a couple of different ways. It shows how even this team is in a few positions.
Yeah, we're reasonably balanced. We have cover in almost every spot. We can certainly cover one injury across almost every single position without too much problem. But obviously multiple in a single position or area is going to start to bite maybe. But we're in a transfer window and we're all waiting for news of new people to bulk that up.
Oh, and on that, and Leicester just had a great shot on goal, actually, Paddy, that the good save by the keeper. But, so on the transfer window, I'll get to that in a sec. Let's talk about our bench first. Burton the keeper, STōK Cae Ras, Barnett, Matty James on the bench. So he's obviously okay to play, but probably just not ready for a full 90 or anything like that off the front. Or maybe Parky just likes the Dobson Sheaf lineup for today, matching up against Norwich. Who knows?
Yeah, who knows? You can certainly say that Dobson has proved himself. A lot of people are really happy with what he has done. It's a similar old story for me with Dobson. Dobson lately has had some absolute moments of genius, but once it hits the 70-minute mark, he's burnt himself out pretty much.
Because he works so hard, his work rate's so high.
He works so hard, and it can lead to certainly a drop in levels. A couple of mistakes here and there. Hasn't hurt us. He's played well in those 70 minutes. So yeah, you can say he's probably deserved to come back in as well. So might be another situation where James is ready to come back in and could start, but there's no rush. Dobson is in form, so take it easy.
Yep. And then we got O'Brien, Rathbone, Rodriguez, and Moore, the last 4 on the bench there. So some good options. Rathbone been going great. Kiefer Moore there to play if needed.
Yeah, again, Rathbone and Moore previous injuries lately. So nice to see that they're at least able to make the bench and to come on later in the match. Of course, I will assume anybody on the bench is capable of coming on, and they're not just there to fill numbers or what have you. So it's good that they're available. And with Matt back to back coming up soon, there's no problem there.
No, so yeah, I mean, your team looking fairly strong at the moment. Just is this the team to get the job done today? I think it can. I'm happy with it.
Yeah, I don't think it's fair to criticize the strength of our team today if we don't get the result. It will be on the players. It will be on the fact that Norwich played well, or we made mistakes or whatever. But I wouldn't try and make the argument after today that kind of we didn't have a strong enough squad. Certainly for the starting lineup, and even our backups are pretty solid too.
Well, very strong bench. Yeah, cool. So yeah, then we have thinking about that. You were talking about we're in the transfer window. One thing I have noticed about this transfer window, Paddy, no rumours, no one around the stadium, no talk of that. So nothing like that in this transfer window.
Yeah, the rumours are very quiet. The amount of realistic information that people are talking about seems very low to me as well. A lot of the stuff that came out, you absolutely kind of dismiss, which is it a little bit surprising? Yes, but when they came out at the start of the transfer and were saying that they are looking to Europe, it's less surprising because you have the admin staff at the European clubs. What are they going to do? Are they going to reach out to English journalists to put whispers out in the news? No. Would they be doing it over there? But I suppose you have the same thing. It's easier to keep that information quiet over there as it is here when it's in a foreign country too. So their admin staff might not be too aware of what's going on to put it out in their media, which then our media can pick up. But yeah, people are saying it's getting late. However, again, in the Discord, someone put up the dates of our transfers for January over the last 3 seasons, and it's the 21st, 22nd is when we've started bringing people in. Yeah, so it is basically the last week / 8, 9, 10 days. So we're on schedule. Yeah. If we had someone by now, it would be early.
Yep. And Coventry have just scored, guys. Yeah, it did come up in the comments there. To go up 2-1. Yeah, so that is correct. I just saw the goal. Bit of a weak goal too, to be honest. Cross that deflected in, went up in the air, quick flick. Yeah. Oh God. Yeah. Soft goal.
Leicester just can't pull it together.
It's definitely a goal.
Leicester just can't pull it together at all.
No. Well, hopefully they'll pull it together on Tuesday, Paddy.
I
That's
know.
all
Yeah, that's the
us.
thing. They're coming up soon, but they're not playing well.
Yep. Oh yeah, and Millwall's just gone up 2-0 as well. So yeah, there's games so far this weekend, and I sort of knew this, that before we even played, most of the games we wanted to know about will have already been finished. And Watford Millwall, no matter what happened there, we were going to be catching somebody if we win. All the other games haven't gone the way I wanted, is all I can say. But that's life. What do you do?
Yeah, you probably would have wanted a draw, Millwall Watford, really. If you're still saying we're chasing both of them. But if Millwall go on to be really strong in the second half and kind of take a very solid third or fourth at the end of the season, then it's no big deal. We're chasing Watford soon, so we can take Watford today.
Oh yeah, well we were always going to catch either Watford or Millwall today, no matter in that result, because if Watford won, we'd be sort of coming towards Millwall. If Millwall wins, we're easily able to catch Watford, and if it was a draw, we were able to catch both of them. In terms of not passing Millwall, but definitely catching them. We could win today, still not be in the top 6, but the table would definitely have compressed. Yeah. So it's interesting this table right now. It's like, this is a classic championship table in terms of how close it is.
It is, yeah. And this is what I was saying, like at the moment, the next couple of matches, we really have the ability to push on here and to push through some teams. So yeah, Leicester next, but we have to take out Norwich today. They've been doing better with their new manager, but they're not amazing. They're not amazing with the way they're playing either.
This is a different team to the team we beat early in the season under Manning, who were just terrible.
As are we, in fairness. We are a different team than when we played them as well. Yeah. We have changed formation, and new players are the starting 11 generally. So we're a lot stronger as well. They're improved, but I definitely see us the dominant force in today's match.
2 different teams, Paddy. Hopefully the same result. That's what we want.
It is, and if you just look at the table, it says that, and there isn't a massive amount to recommend Norwich for winning today's match.
Big game for them today. They're in the relegation zone. They're in 22nd spot. And I mean, let's face it, they do not want to be. They'd love to get something out of today's match if they could. The team above them on the ladder, Portsmouth, is away to Sheffield Wednesday today.
Yeah, so they, in theory, should pull that one off.
Well, in theory, although I do think this is a game today where Sheffield Wednesday could get their second win of the season.
It's possible. Yeah.
Only had 1 win this season. I just think, poor old Sheffield Wednesday supporters. Yeah, it's been a tough year so far. And definitely going to League One next year.
Yeah, and we're going to have a lot when we play Sheffield Wednesday, because that's coming up in the near future as well. We're going to have a lot of supporters at their ground. We were just issued over an extra 1,000 for the away, so we'll have potentially in the region of 3,000 fans there.
Yep.
And just on a completely side note, seeing as we hit Sheffield Wednesday, things are not looking amazing behind the scenes with their takeover. There's some nervy things going on out there with regards selling of the grounds and selling of the club. But we'll talk about that on a different show. So guys, if you're hoping Sheffield Wednesday come out of this well, things are nervy at the moment in getting that new owner.
Yeah, that's true. And Leon Fisher, I see you there. He asked a couple of questions, which is good. Yeah, Paddy over here and myself, Ken. Where are you from? Who's your team? Are you a Wrexham supporter? We always, make yourself known. Hey?
You don't have to be. We're friendly with other teams.
Yeah. You might be a Norwich supporter today. We don't know who you support, and that's totally fine. We invite, we've converted people. We got John who comes on the show now, who's a Birmingham supporter, but I'm starting to think he's really a
Wrexham to be Birmingham supporter. Yeah.
Once upon a time. Now he supports Wrexham, 100%.
He still wears their jersey, but I think it's just for show.
Yeah, so I mean, look, it's on. I mean, Ipswich has now gone up 3-0. They're in extra time already. I mean, we're in extra time in the Coventry Leicester match too, by the way, and bloody Leicester are pushing for the equaliser, but Coventry look like they're hanging on pretty well there at the moment, getting close to full time. Yeah, but oh, geez, would love to see a draw there today. It'd be great for us.
Yeah, it would, but Leicester losing is not the end of the world. Having a bit of a gap to the teams behind us doesn't hurt either.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yep.
So pushing away those couple of teams is not too bad either.
Habs, that's just mean, Habs. Like, you know, I mean, us saying he's a Wrexham supporter is one thing, but you saying he's a Villa supporter, that's really going to get the hairs up on the back of his neck. Yeah. So yeah, but it is funny because I'm just looking at it now. Ipswich are definitely going to win their game. It's just, can Leicester? I mean, I like the fact that that it's been a tough game anyway for Leicester and Coventry, but yeah, it's looking like at the moment Coventry's going to hang on. So yeah, they're not in a hurry to do anything with this game. They just like to see it finish off here, and you know, and look. To be fair, Coventry probably need a win right now. They haven't been going great.
No, they've been sliding down, and there's a few ways of looking at this as to what you really want to happen. And if you're almost certain to have Ipswich, Coventry, and Middlesbrough ahead of us in the top 3 spaces, some way, some form, it doesn't matter. Then, you know, them taking out everybody who's around us is a good result then. But that's obviously with the mindset that we've no shot of getting into the top 2. If any of them start faltering, well, you'd need 2 to falter. Maybe we could chase them down right at the very end, but I'm not too worried about that. Yeah, the hope, the outside hope, but we'll worry about that when we're sitting nicely in 4th.
Yeah. No, I honestly didn't think it was that much. I didn't think it was that outside of hope, to be fair, because I think the team that is going to be too hard to catch, in my opinion, is Ipswich, not Coventry. Mm-hmm. You know, but with Coventry getting this done today, it's good for them. Leicester, I really did. I mean, if they could have got a win, that would have been awesome. Because I mean, got to remember, Leicester still probably got a points deduction coming.
Yeah, I'm not worried about Leicester really, but I guess if it doesn't happen, it doesn't hurt to push them away. But there's something as well about the psychology of the leaderboard. And I'm always a fan of adjusting the leaderboard for games in hand, and kind of seeing a realistic picture of where things can land. Whereas a lot of people just go with the psychology of seeing where you are and the idea of, oh, we're only 1 point off playoffs, and then you have 2 teams near us that have a game in hand, you know, and everybody's shouting, oh, 1 point, 1 point, 1 point. And that's the psychology of it. So just pushing Leicester back, if we can push QPR and Bristol City back, having the gap, even if it's 3 points, 4 points, the psychology of that, and knowing you can drop a match anywhere and still not get knocked backwards, it's nice to see. So if that can start happening as well, that would be good as we climb. Probably won't, because look, there's a lot of teams, but who knows? We'll see.
Yeah, I mean, there's only 2 teams above us with games in hand, and that's Hull and Ipswich. So yeah, below us, there's a couple of teams down the bottom that have got games in hand. In Sheffield United, Charlton, and Portsmouth's actually got 2 games in hand. Interestingly enough, and Oxford and Sheffield Wednesday have a game in hand. No, they don't. No, they don't. Sorry, I take that. Yes, no, they do. Yeah, Oxford and Sheffield Wednesday have a game in hand as well. Yeah. So, but yeah, there's interesting stuff afoot at the bottom of the table. But I mean, our focus totally is eyes forward right now, looking at the playoffs, because we're only sitting 1 point outside the playoffs at the moment.
Yeah.
So yeah, Yeah.
It
So
is possible that we end up in the playoffs today, isn't it? Pretty sure. If the results go the correct way.
Well, Stoke get a draw or a loss, they would start. We would go above them. Hull get a draw or a loss, and we go above them.
Yeah.
And right now, we will go ahead of Watford. So yeah, there's the two teams, and also I guess Preston have a draw or Preston have got to have a loss, for us to jump them as well. So, but in saying that,
Preston have the goal difference, so we need like 5 goals. But
yeah, it's only three. It's only
goal
three.
Difference they're on Preston is plus 11.
Is it plus 11 for Preston? Oh, it is too. Sorry, yeah.
So it's 6 at the moment, but if they lose, they lose a couple, and we have to win to move up. So that'll be another couple. So it's not as ridiculous as maybe it seems when you say there's a 6-goal difference, but it's unlikely to be a 1-match thing.
Yeah, so we could, a 3-goal win by us, 2-goal loss by them puts us even on for and against. Yeah. So, yeah, so that's fair enough too. So, yeah, I mean, not likely, but,
But we can take 6th. We can take 6th today with a few nice results.
The table will take care of itself. What we got to do is take care of a win.
Exactly. And this is where I was saying about the psychology of it, because Hull will still have that game in hand, but we will be above them in the table. It'll look like we're there, and we are, because they can lose it. So you don't get points till you win them.
And there's full time. So Coventry have got their win over Leicester. That championship table is congested like the 405 freeway in Hawaii. It's not quite that bad, but it's getting there. Yeah. So there we go. So congratulations to Coventry, going to 55 points. Frank Lampard will be happy to get another win on the table, because it has been a while since they had a win. That's their last. They had 2 losses and a draw in their last 3 games. So will help consolidate them up the top there. But there's a long way to go in this league. There's still 19 matches for them, 20 matches for us. And there's a bit of feeling in the end of that game too, Paddy, just quietly, between Coventry and Leicester.
Okay. Right.
Yeah, a bit of feeling. It not exactly it's not all exactly smiles and handshakes there.
Okay. I need 1 minute, Ken. I'll come back. I need some water.
Okay. Yeah, sure, Paddy. Okay. No, well, while Paddy jumps out for a second, I'll just quickly take you through the other matches, which is obviously the early game yesterday was Middlesbrough got up late over West Brom after leading by 2-0. West Brom got it back to 2-2, and then Middlesbrough scored in the 90th minute and hung on in extra time. Coventry have just, as I said, won 2-1 over Leicester. It is now full-time, Ipswich 3, Blackburn 0. So Ipswich getting a good solid win at home. And we're 90 plus 4, Millwall away to Watford are going to get that win, because it can only be, I don't know how many minutes of extra time. It's 90 plus 5 already, and but you can't see Watford scoring 2 goals in extra time to get that match back even. Probably not going to happen. So what does that mean for the table? Let's have a look. Okay, and I might even bring it up for you so I can show you. So let's go. And share. I'm going to bring it in now. And here it is. We have Coventry on top on 55, Middlesbrough in second place on 49, Ipswich now on 47. So, still 8 points behind there, 8 points behind Coventry and 2 points behind Middlesbrough. Millwall, as I said, about to win that game. So, yes, they are sitting nicely on 46 points. Preston, so those teams, all top 4 teams now have already played this weekend. So now we're getting into, and Watford have already played, staying on 41. So there's a team that we can jump, and we still have the ability to jump Stoke, Hull, technically, and Preston, but probably not likely. So, yeah, could jump as high as 6th place into the playoffs, but, yeah, so there is how the table looks right now. And Paddy back, yeah. So just taking people through the games, Paddy. Obviously, yeah. So Coventry final have won. Millwall, Watford, Leicester. They're all Millwall and Hull. Sorry, Millwall and Watford game not quite final yet, but yeah, right there. So we're getting ready for tonight. I mean, I think we can. I like the look of our lineup. I like the way it could go for us. So yeah, let's see how we can get through today's game. I mean, we got coming out of obviously our FA Cup win. It's a distant memory now, a good memory, beating a Prem team. So yeah,
I'm hoping for a bit of a statement game today. That we're pretty much dominant, and that we're not really in danger at any point. I would like this to be one of those easy wins that we don't often have.
Yep.
clearly easy wins. And kind of put it up to Leicester. I know they haven't had a good time, but they are a big name team, and they're up next as well at home. I would love to continue this streak and make it look like it can continue.
They love to hit teams on the rebound, with the quick breaks. So they're a different team defensively than what they were when we played them. They're a lot stronger defensively lately. So
yeah, they are playing a bit more attacking at the moment as well, though. They're more comfortable to make an attack than they were. They were playing too defensively previously. I do think he's got their defense playing better, certainly, which is good for them and may stop the goals going too high. Goal count. I don't really care how many goals we scored today. Obviously, we mentioned the goal difference. It would be good to bang a couple in there because we have a nice goal difference. It wouldn't hurt. It's usually not important for the end of the season. It's a rare occasion you need it in order to kind of slip into the sixth. But again, the psychology of it, every time you equal someone you're chasing, if you had the higher goal difference, you're ahead of them in the table. So I like it for that reason. And we're doing pretty well with our goal difference now since we started attacking. It's slowly creeping up there.
Yeah, it is I don't care how many goals we score, Paddy, as long as it's 5 or 6.
And Preston North End are the only ones ahead of us. Let's assume we're not chasing the top 3 yet until we get higher. Preston North End are the only ones ahead of us on goal difference. And like we said, they're not ridiculously far ahead. If they happen to lose and we win, it'll become a lot closer. And then over the next group of matches.
All the other teams are attainable. And in terms of goal difference, Paddy, out of those top 3, the only one that's probably really catchable really is Middlesbrough. They're on a plus 12 because Ipswich has got a plus 21 and Coventry at plus 29 due to their fantastic start to the season. They beat Millwall 5-0 from memory. They had a couple of big games where they scored 5 goals where they're just tearing teams apart.
Yeah. If Middlesbrough go on a slide, which they would need to do to drop down and kind of be chaseable in the near future, that goal difference is very, very surmountable. Because obviously, in order for us to chase them down, we have to be doing well. We have to be winning matches. So we'll be getting pluses. They'll be dropping some. And
they'll have to take a couple of losses.
They'll have to take a couple of losses. So that goal difference will reel itself in if we should get close to them.
Yeah, well and truly. And that's what we're saying. Like, obviously, with Millwall having a -2, they're the one that's in danger of the goal difference being a decisive thing if it comes into play.
With Coventry City on a plus 29 goal difference, wouldn't it be horrendous if they went on a slide and actually didn't get top 2?
Yeah, that's the worry for Coventry finishing 3rd. Because, that's like you get into that playoff situation and, but at the moment they're looking fine. I mean, but this, like I said, there's a long way to go. They're only 6 points ahead of Middlesbrough. That's only 2 losses, and all of a sudden, and the other team gets 2 wins and they're right beside them, then it becomes,
the 6 points will be comfortable for a while. It's not simple to pull 6 points back. You wouldn't realistically think Coventry are going to lose 2 on the bounce. In most cases,
but 2 over 19 matches.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, of course. Over a couple of matches they can. So for me, is when you will really worry about Coventry messing it all up is when a team catches them first. The first team, be it Middlesbrough or Ipswich, that actually does catch up with them and steals that first spot, pushing them into second, then you'll start to worry. Then will the nerves kick in when they're getting chased from behind on the second spot.
Look, and for every team too, it's like, we're going to get to the end of this transfer window in 2 weeks' time, and then you're going to name your 25 to finish out the season, and February's the time you don't want injuries, because you will have named your squad. It's got to get through to the end of the season, and it's how strong all of these teams now, and all the way down as far as sort of, I'll be generous and I'll say Southampton right now in 15th spot, Sheffield United in 16th spot, and Swansea on 32. Once you get down below that and you hit West Brom, that's a bridge too far, definitely, for everybody else. So there's so much to happen now.
Yeah, it's if you start looking at the numbers, 20 matches, that's starting to quickly bite. It's not as far as people think. Or at least me, you very quickly slip from Christmas is half time, and then you start talking about the transfer window, and then by the time you're at the end of the transfer window,
there's only 15 matches left, Paddy. There's 15 matches left at the end of the transfer window.
There you go, 15 matches left.
You get to February, and you're down the end of February, and you're down to 10 matches or so, and all of a sudden it's the run-in. Which comes fast.
It does come fast, and it's nice for us that we're hitting our stride at the moment, during this window, because we're not in dire straits looking for a sign-in to come in and save us. Sign-ins that come into us in January are simply likely to make us stronger and better than we are. But at the moment, we're holding our own. And assuming no one comes in, we have a shot of getting the playoffs with the team we have, in this second half. Obviously, that would be improved with the level of players we expect to come in. So it's going to be interesting.
Well, yeah. And, if and when those players come in, Paddy, because I want some news. It's getting to that point. And like you mentioned, though, the 21st, 22nd, roughly. So I guess, by that logic, we get to next weekend and there's no news. You really start.
The 24th. Yeah. Talking about transfer news, we didn't talk about Mr. McLean. You missed it, did you?
Oh, Paddy, I've been asleep. I've only just got out of bed.
See, you shouldn't be sleeping. You shouldn't be sleeping.
You can't look this good without your beauty sleep.
Okay, I'll catch you up then. I'm sure most of the people in the chat probably know this. Certainly the ones on the Discord do. It has recently come out that James McLean is likely to be signing for Derry City in the next 48 hours. That they are dotting the I's and crossing the T's on a permanent move, to Derry City.
And I didn't mention, and it's funny, because I was going to mention something about him not being in the on the bench even today. Not that I expected him to be there, but so that's not a surprise.
It's not a surprise, and if it happens, which it seems likely, this was discussed for a long time, and his brother has joined Derry City recently, as well. Actually,
God, the McLean brothers is going to be.
The McLean brothers playing together.
Okay, don't go picking fights against Derry people.
Josh, do you know what? I didn't even realize it was Josh. I was about to delete that comment. Are you slagging off my accent, or are you slagging off?
No, I think that's just Josh. No,
I
Josh
no,
isn't.
I think it's my accent. I think he's making fun of me.
He's not that clever. He's not that clever, Paddy. Josh isn't that clever. Yeah.
Okay. Anyway,
But that would be Phil. That's good for him, though, getting to play with his brother at Derry.
Yeah, I'm sure he had a nice agreement with the club, got paid a reasonable amount of money for not playing for us for the next 2 seasons.
Because he did, because he had some time left on his contract, didn't he?
Yeah. Yeah, he did have a bit of time. Yeah.
Yeah.
So. Oh well.
Yeah.
You know what? This has happened with quite a few players, and at least when other players see this, that we do kind of extend contracts out, and we're willing to eat a bit of cash if we do need to move on. That's fine.
I just actually, and Paddy, while Josh is in such a good mood, I will give him a little bit. Obviously, he's quite happy and chipper at the moment because, can you believe it? Man United has gone and beaten Man City 2-0 today.
Yeah, and Man City got away with a red card. Dirty cheat.
How is all I'm saying to you, Josh Anthony? Did Man U beat Man City? Because Man U, worst team in the world. So no, but yeah, I mean, look, you're right. I mean, Macca's, we were signed on extended, which, they've shown a lot of loyalty to players that have done good for us in the last few years, which was fantastic. But the simple fact of the matter is that, they've now, we've got to the point now where we have to be looking at, we're looking at much players at another level.
Yeah. Yeah. We always have been kind of looking up the divisions the whole way. And we know the best players become available right at the very end because they won't be released above us until they have been replaced.
Yeah.
Even if they're not necessarily wanted by their team, they're still at such a high level. They're not going to be released without somebody covering in that scenario. So if we're looking for those players, if we're looking for a couple of Prem players who either on loan, now this is the big one actually for me. I know we're probably only going to get 1 or 2 transfers in, and I assume they're going to be pretty strong transfers as buying and being our players. If we are going really big in this window, it could be a couple of loans as well on top of that, if it happens right at the very end. So we could have an amazing window here if we bought a couple of players and brought in another couple on loan. I know we're not big on loans, but we are now solid enough in this division that I think some of the Premier teams will look at us and say, you're at the top end, you're playing well now. The look of the football is much better. So I think we could pull off some decent loans.
That's a very good point.
Yeah.
That's a very good point, that one, Paddy, on the style of football we're playing now.
Yeah. I think we're at a level where a couple of teams might like the idea of blooding in some slightly younger players and making them fight for a position with us.
Yep.
They can have a look at our first team players and say, okay, they're good, they're not amazing. Maybe this guy can push his way in and be needed during the season. But we'll see. Yep.
No, that's absolutely fair. And look, I'd love to see that as well. I'm with you on that one. Now I'm looking, we've got about 5 minutes left, Paddy. We've got all the other games are being played today and all starting at the same time, except for Swansea Birmingham, which is the late game today. Yeah. Yeah. So we're going to, by the time extra time starts, Paddy, for you, after the match,
that game will be going, yeah. But that's not an important match. Those teams are right down the bottom of the table, aren't they?
Yeah, no, I mean, look, it's a relegation battle there. Swansea Birmingham.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good thing John's not going to be paying attention to us.
Can we clip that one up and send it to John? The relegation battle.
Haven't seen John in the chat, so I think I can get away with that.
Yeah, absolutely. So no, that will be exciting. I think there's, I'm looking forward to it. I think it'll be fantastic. I can't wait. I think we've got someone who's really keen to get underway today. He's itching.
Oh, muted.
I love that. He's trying to say something. He's on mute.
I said that was a Macadig, because he plays dirty.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
yep.
There you go.
Okay.
Hey,
that's not where my head. That's not where my head went.
Okay.
I was about to get really offended.
All right, I'll see you.
Okay.
Yep.
He was going for a bit of alliteration.
Yep. He's come in. He's ready to go. He's he's 9 minutes away from the watch along. We've got sort of 3 to 4 minutes left here, Paddy. Of these games that are left today, just before we finish off with ours, Southampton, Hull, Sheffield Wednesday, Portsmouth, Preston home to Derby, Oxford home to Bristol, Stoke at home to QPR, Charlton at home to Sheffield United. Any games of any real interest to you today in those games?
Well, of course, the Southampton Hull is the big one for me.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too.
And Southampton is a good enough team that they can step up on any particular day. They've been playing horrendous this season, but
yeah, they've disappointed me too. I expected them to be higher.
But yeah, I want them to take out Hull today. That'd be great for us.
If
you're going to pull off a win, you might as well do it today.
Yeah, do us a favour, Southampton. Get Mark back in here. Mark, come in, Scumami, he come in and had a bit of a chat with us earlier in the season. But yeah, let's have a look at, Southampton in 15th on 33 points would take them to 36. Taking out Hull would mean that we could jump both Hull and Watford today, which would be fantastic. Yeah. Yep. And then you've still got Stoke there. So it is absolutely, definitely, it's a chance that we could move into the playoffs today.
I would love to just hit the playoffs today, even if it was with someone with a game in hand, and even if it was only goal difference, because the stories instantly. The stories are going to be all over the websites. They're going to be on TalkSport. They're going to be everywhere. Wrexham has just made the playoffs.
Yeah.
First time this season, they're on a charge. They're going to get promoted to the Premier League. They'll have a field day with it.
Yeah, an absolute field day, Paddy. You're right. Yeah, it's just it's instant clickbait, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. So
yeah,
let it start.
And I think, Paddy, I don't think Josh was worried about you with these dirty McLean and all that. I think he's more worried about James McLean knocking on his door. That's his bigger worry because, no offense, Paddy, you knock on my door and James McLean knocks on my door and know who I'm more scared of.
Yeah, me too.
So anyway, Paddy, you're around for extra time today?
Yes, extra time.
Anybody that wants to, hey?
Yeah, extra time is a go.
Yep. So anybody, if you want to come in after the match and have a chat, have your say on how you're feeling about it. Don't forget about that after the game. Josh will be up in 5 minutes' time for the watch along. If put your score predictions in the chat, people. We'd love to see what you think. And obviously, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe if you haven't already. And if you're not a member, consider becoming a member. I know Steve Barton throws out a lot of memberships, but feel free to throw us that $3 a month. Really appreciate it. It helps us do what we do here. I don't know about you, Paddy, but I've tripled my pay in the last couple of weeks. 000 is 0. So yeah, Reliable Express.
One day.
Hey,
one day we'll see the money.
One day, but yeah, 2-1, 2-1, 3-1. All the score predictions are coming in here. It's fantastic.
It would be nice to see a 3 today.
Yeah,
I would prefer to see a 3-1 than a 2-0 today, almost.
Yep, I'd prefer to see a 4. 3-0. That's actually 3-0. I've got two 3-0s there. That is what I've predicted today. I've predicted a 3-0. But that means we've got to keep a clean sheet. So let's just see. I'll take a win. Yep. Habs just wants a win. Yeah, fair call too. Yep. Hit Karma 3-0. Beautiful. Well, people, Paddy, let's get us out of here, hey? Let people go and get their popcorn and drinks and whatever they want to do, depending on the time of day. 1 o'clock in the morning for me. So it's just going to be a cup of tea and sit and enjoy.
Let's keep this win streak going so Parky can win manager of the month.
I love it. I love it. Yep. Good call, Paddy. Good pull. Well, on that bombshell, people, we will see you all. Enjoy Josh's watch along. Enjoy Paddy and extra time. We will see you all again next time.
Bye.